I wish our clients would love us and be like, wow, that was so easy working with us and talking with us.
Yeah, because really no one likes bugs, developers, users, project
Yeah,
managers, no one really likes them. So,
no one
but
likes bugs. And then no one likes reporting the bugs because no matter what, somebody always feels.
welcome back to the show. And today we're going to look at better bug squashing, if I can get the words out. It's a new issue tracking tool that just came out a few weeks ago. And I'm here with Kirk Deis, who's the CEO of the Bug Squasher. And also he runs a whole tech marketing agency called Treehouse 51. So we're going to look at what the problem is with how you're currently getting bugs reported to you and why there may be a better way to do it. And we'll look in detail at what the Bug Squasher can do and how he came up with the idea of it. And also, if we have time, I'm going to ask him about the tech gig economy, because I know a lot of folks listening sometimes deal with folks on Upwork or Fiverr or whatever. So there's some interesting discussion there as well. So welcome, Kirk.
Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
Yeah, great to have you here. I probably mispronounced your name. Your name's pronounced Deis, right?
Yes, Kirk Deis. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So what is the problem that listeners, if they probably are getting bugs reported to them on their apps, but what are they doing that's not as efficient as it could be?
So I guess the best way to answer that is to tell the story of why I even go through all of this stuff. And all of it started, it's been about 11 months in development. And we had a client, it was an older lady in her 70s, and she understood the concept of turning on a computer, and that was about it. From that point forward, it was like, you guys got to solve these things. And we were designing a website for her, and she sent me this email that was no joke. It was like 10,000 words, single space. It was a nightmare. And I open it, and it's like this long, and then the error was all the way in the middle of the message, and it was just like, change this one thing. And I was like, thank you, Jesus, that I found it. But then the next thing is I have to diagnose the problem. So I had to ask her all these follow-up questions. Hey, are you on a mobile device? Are you on a Mac, Windows? Are you on Chrome, Firefox? Of course, she was on Internet Explorer. So
we could have guessed that.
Yeah.
Isn't that where all the browser end bugs come from?
Yeah. We were like, who's using Internet Explorer? Of course, she is. And so then, so I email her, and I'm like, hey, can you answer these questions? And it did not go well at all. I opened the gates to hell. She was so angry. She was like, how do you not know what the problem is? How come you can't fix it? And I was just like, I'm sorry. I need to know, like, I need some information. It was just very, very difficult. It was worse than pulling teeth. And so eventually she gave me the information. And I was talking to the guys, and we were crying and laughing about it. And then I was like, I just wish there was a better way to communicate with people, to get all this information from somebody without having to ask them that. Like, I guess there's different ways to see it. One way is there's the client expectation of them to give us that information. That's your responsibility. The other expectation is, what if they aren't held responsible for that? What if they could give us all this information without going through all that trouble? Like, you don't need to be a techie person to understand this stuff, So that's where it all came from. And that's when I was like, I wish I could talk to people and get all this information without actually talking to people. And I wish our clients would love us and be like, wow, that was so easy working with us and talking with us.
Yeah, because really no one likes bugs, developers, users, project managers, no one really likes them. So
no one likes bugs. And then no one likes reporting the bugs because no matter what, somebody always feels dumb. Someone always is like, okay, well, I'm reporting this bug. And in order for the developer to diagnose it, oftentimes they have to mimic the bug. They have to duplicate the error. And sometimes the error is human error. So someone always feels like uncomfortable and awkward. So you want to have like that list that you can check off and be like, hey, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this, it's not this. Yeah.
Yes, because I guess a lot of users don't feel totally comfortable with technology, so they're kind of they maybe have this sub belief underneath that it was their fault somehow, and they're going to get blamed, and so that's where maybe some of the anger comes from.
I think that, and then I think like even though that client was upset, I think some of her anger was valid in
Mm-hmm.
hindsight,
Mm-hmm.
being like, how come you can't solve this? And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like from a development standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, we should be able to provide those solutions to our clients. We should be able to be like, when you hire us, you can expect to have this type of treatment. That they're coming to us because they have a need. They may not be that techie person. They don't need to be the techie person. Help them get to where you need them to go, and pray that they don't send you a 10,000 word email.
Single space, no
Single
paragraphs,
space.
anything. Yeah.
Single space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what are people? You mentioned people that some people's users send emails, or they have a phone call. What other ways do people use to
So
report bugs?
normally what's going on right now with those type of clients where the developer has a website owner that they're working with, usually what they do is they send those emails, text messages, Skype. These are all inefficient ways of communication. Everybody knows like emails get lost all the time. So Skype, I try to avoid Skype like the plague. Text messages, I've actually gotten requests through text and I was like, oh my God, this is happening. So these are just not the best ways to do it. Other people who are part of like larger organizations, they use project management systems to kind of show the client where the progress is at, or show them just, I guess, really where the project's at. So Podio, Asana, Basecamp, these ones are popular tools that people use. What's good about those tools is that, I mean, you can like share links with people and be like, this is where your project's at. And some of them you can customize, some of them you can't. They're just pretty to-do lists.
So maybe you have a project management system that you can track the bug and have a conversation about it and thread a discussion or prioritize it, but that's not getting the initial bug info.
Yeah, so what separates like the bug squasher from say like Asana, and Asana is a popular project management system, is that when the user reports the bug, you're going to collect 15 different things to diagnose what the issue is, from the landing page to the backend website code, if there's any errors popping up, to screenshots. And then from there, what you can do is you can assign that ticket to your team members. So say that the issue reported is, hey, this is the wrong font style, please change it. And so you can say like, okay, this is an issue for my graphic designer. Let me assign that bug to him. And that's a function that the bug squasher has. And then on top of that, you can have reporting for your team and for the client. So you can send a link to your client that says, here are all the bugs you submitted. Here's where they are in terms of us addressing them. And then with your team, you can be like, okay, here are the bugs that we have. And you can filter it and say like, okay, here are all my designer bugs, developer bugs. With project management systems like Asana, you can't do that. Asana to me is just a pretty to-do list. I'm sorry, Asana. But you have a project and then you say, okay, I need so-and-so to do this part in the project. And it's just like, okay, well, you still have to diagnose the issue. You still have all those communication steps where it's just like, we're just wasting time. We're just burning resources here.
So what about some of the issue trackers that are out there that maybe people are using, like JIRA or some of the other ones?
So JIRA is the grand poppy of them all. It's been around. It's huge. We are coming for you, JIRA. I just want you to know. They're the ones who started it all. They're the most recognizable one. What separates the bug squasher from those type of companies are our features. So like Asana, like Podio, like JIRA, where they get you is how many team members you can have on the platform. We don't do that. We have unlimited team members. So add everybody you want and their mom. It's totally fine. Another key feature that separates it is how many sites you can add on that. So for us, you can add unlimited development websites. So with Trios 51, my ad agency, the way it works is if we design your website, we have a project URL and it says like dev.trios51.com/ the project name. So you can add the bug squasher to unlimited dev sites. And then our system's just a lot sexier. We get rid of all the filth. We're a lot funner.
Okay.
We have like a lot more clever marketing. So there's all that side of it. And then the not too distant future, we are going to be releasing this new feature to the bug squasher that we're excited about. So remember the story that I just told you a couple seconds ago of, hey, I wanted to streamline communication. I wish it was easier to get this information. So we did all this stuff, and then I thought, I wish there was a way to take it up a notch. And so we thought of a way to take it up a notch. So what's easier than taking a screenshot and submitting it? Well, the next step is sending a video. So just hitting record, getting all the information, say this is what's wrong with it, and having it live in the bug squasher. So we found a way to do that. We're going to be adding it to the tool. We're not changing the prices. We're not changing anything. It's all included, and that'll be coming out a little later.
So you can either do a screen capture, or the user can do a screen capture and send it to you, and it's all part of the tool. So they don't have to know how to do a screen capture. It just, they hit a report bug button or something, or how does this work?
Yeah, so it's super easy to use. You'll currently there's 3 different options, and there's like just buttons that say like take a screenshot, upload a screenshot, snip a screenshot. And whatever option you choose, it'll do that function.
But also behind the scenes, it's capturing, a bunch of technical info, like what page they were on and other things like that.
Yeah, so on the back-end side of it, we can tell what IP address it's coming from, what browser, what type of device. If your website has errors, you've seen it before. Everybody's seen this before. When they're on a website, they see like all these different codes on the back end, like just a freak accident happens, or you just right-click and hit inspect. So some websites will tell you when there's errors happening in the code. So we collect that information automatically. If an error pops up, the developer or whoever you have working on it can say like, oh, this is the exact error of what's going on.
Well, that sounds really handy. So you'd know exactly, are they on mobile or are they on a browser, which browser, what version, what OS?
Yeah.
What URL were they doing? Maybe some other info that will help you reproduce the bug and then fix it quicker.
Yeah.
And from the user's point of view, they didn't have to go into any of that tech stuff, which they probably wouldn't understand and would probably not be able to tell you it, even if you explained it to them.
Yeah, exactly. For them, our goal is to make it as easy as possible to report bugs. Just a couple clicks, here it is. And then it's on you guys to solve it. And then
it even knows where to send the thing. It sends it straight into the bug tracking backend. Is that right? You have a backend that tracks the bugs, or?
Yeah. So once the bug is submitted, it goes to the backend of the dashboard, and then from there you can add your email, your team email, whoever you want to be notified about this bug. And you don't have to have notifications, but it is there. So you can be alerted and be like, okay, so and so reported a bug. Let me go in there, check it out, and then let me assign it to my team or take care of it myself.
So on the back end, it's pretty similar to one of these other issue trackers. Is that the case? You can prioritize things, assign them. You can get back to the user, let them know it's been resolved, all that kind of thing.
Yeah. With us, it's a lot more. We've cut out all the fat of it. So as a developer, as a web agency owner, if you're a person working with a website, you don't always need to do all these things because the client doesn't care about it and you already know how to do it. So for us, you can assign it to your team. You can show reports to your client. You can automate things like reporting. You just have the information that you need to make you look awesome.
Now, you mentioned that it's more fun to use. I can sort of see for the end user, they only have to click a button and maybe type some stuff. But how is that fun? Is it what do you do that makes this bug issue tool more fun to use?
So when I say fun, I'm talking about design. So I think the Bug Squasher is a lot more modern design. It's a lot sexier. It's cleaner. It's simple. It has the information that you want from the get-go. There's none of the some of these other competitors that have been around for a while. They've been around for a while. They haven't updated their website. They're not doing any marketing. They're not having fun with it. And they probably don't need to. They have an established core. They have established customers. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But for us, everything we do is about how can we make this the most efficient process for everybody involved? How can we just simplify everything, get rid of the fat, be like, I want to go here. I want to do this. Boom, I have this information. And this was just easy. And then in terms of marketing, we have a ton of fun marketing. All of us have 9 to 5 jobs for the most part. So I remember thinking like, okay, when I own my own company, I want to have some fun and do some stuff that you can't really do when you work 9 to 5. So our marketing, I think, is really creative. We have a lot of fun making like videos and blogs and social media posts on Instagram, and we keep things light.
Now, I know you have fun with it because I saw this video you guys put out last week, the bug squashing rap video. So
Yeah.
is that one of your hidden talents, Kirk, that you're a secret midnight rapper? Or
I wish. So I had this idea. Not far from where I live, there's a Target, and there's this guy out there. He's there every weekend when I go to Target or drive by it. Always there, this kid, and he's selling his CDs. And I was like, I just saw him. I always see him. I always say hi to him. And then I was like, man, we got to make a rap video. We just got to do it and just have some fun. It fits in line with our tone of voice of just keeping things light. And it's the right move for us right now, where we're trying to increase brand awareness so people know about us and know what's going on. And we're trying to get people's attention. So that's how that started. And I did not hire that guy. Sorry. But I went out and I like talked to a bunch of different rappers, and I found this really cool guy, and we worked on it for like a good week. And then we just went on from there and made the video and released it on YouTube.
I'm curious, how do you hire rappers? Is there like a website where you go to hire a rapper? Or?
Oh, I put stuff like out on Craigslist. I asked friends on Facebook. I went out to the freelance websites. So, yeah. So
you can go on Upwork and hire a rapper?
I didn't go to Upwork. Fiverr, you can find rappers. Instagram, you can find rappers. So it was an interesting process. I wasn't sure what to expect. I've never done that before. And it was interesting. Like, some people didn't think I was serious. They're like, you want to do what? And I'm like, we're going to do this. We're going to be a part of it. Yeah.
Cool. What a great idea, So now you started working on this like nearly a year ago, right? The bug squasher.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious, how did you even come up with the idea for it?
Well, the idea came from the story of that lady. That's how it all started. Previous to that, we were doing what everybody else is doing now. We were just, if you have a bug, send me an email. I'll put it into my project management system. And so that was kind of like, it's like night and day now. We use the bug squasher internally, and we're always like, how did we ever do it any other way before? And why did we ever do it any other way before?
Yeah, I think, if someone listening, I'm sure everyone listening has bugs in their apps, if we are honest. And probably most people listening have a pretty band-aid process for getting the bugs reported to them from their users. So,
yeah, and with every like website project we've ever worked on, it's never, whenever the project is complete and the deliverables given, it's never ever complete. A website is never finished. There's always a tweak you can make. There's always a copy you can change, always an image you can change, always. I've never seen a website where I'm like, this is the website. It always changes. And how you deal with those changes can either save you a lot of time or have you burn a lot of money, I think.
Yeah, because that's the other aspect of this, that doing it through email or Skype or, some of those other ways takes up a lot of developer and project management time. So it costs you money in your agency.
Yeah. And in a perfect world, and one thing that I forgot to talk about was, in a perfect world, you have a development website and you only make changes to the development website and you never touch the live site. In reality, not a lot of people have development websites. Not a lot of people don't have that budget. So how do you deal with changes on your live site? How do you report those bugs on your live site? One of the features I forgot to mention was we have something called the ability to whitelist IP addresses. So let's say you're my client and I'm working on your website and I'm going to add the bug squasher to your website. I can add your IP address so only you see the bug squasher, which means we don't need to make a development website for it. Also, your live traffic will never see this tool. And so you don't have to worry about like, well, how do I have this work on live sites? It's all hidden from the public.
So you can just have the beta testers or, whoever you think should be reporting new issues,
Yeah,
or if you're creating an app for an organization, certain people in that organization would have the power to report bugs, but other people wouldn't, or
exactly.
request enhancements or whatever you're
Exactly.
looking for.
Yeah, when we were releasing it, the way that we saw people use it was they had the marketing director on it, and then the website owner and their team, and then that was it.
So that's pretty cool that you can. Now, does this put a lot of overhead on the app to add it in, or?
No, so adding it to the website, it's just when you sign up, you're given a specific URL and token. It's just a line of code. It's like this big, and then you just add it to the header of your website, and that's it. So you do need to know, like, if you're not comfortable with your website, like changing codes or adding a code to your header, then you have a problem. If you're using like a WordPress site, there's plugins that say like you can put the code here, so that'll help you. But you will need somebody to be like, okay, I need to add this code to my website.
Right, but I think everyone listening who's involved in ColdFusion development is going to have
Oh,
no problem adding a header to
yeah,
it.
they probably
So
just,
you basically don't have to change your own code. All
yeah.
you're doing is adding this header in, and it adds this ability in. And then does it slow the site down at all, or?
No, because you're not adding anything to the site. It's just a code. So we haven't seen it slow down the sites that we've tested it on. If it was like say like a WordPress plugin, you're adding a file, so you're adding weight to the site. Here, it's just a line of code.
Cool. So have you had any feedback from people using the Bug Squasher, or?
Yeah, we have. So when we were getting ready to release the product, we gave it to a couple of our clients, and we had them beta test it. If you go to our website and check the testimonials, those are some of our clients who we said, hey, try this, please. We won't charge you. Any feedback you give us, if it's good, we'll implement it into the tool. Or if we can, we'll implement it into the tool and we'll take it into consideration. The type of stuff that they've told us is they like how easy it is to communicate. That's the biggest thing. That they're like, okay, this just makes it really easy for me to say like, hey, I need you to fix this. And I know it's taken care of. And if I need to check it, here's a link to the report.
So anything else you want to share on the Bug Squasher before we move on to a different topic?
I think we cover it. One thing that I did want to share, and I don't remember if I said it, was we have a promo code for you guys, exclusive for you guys. It's 20 Alive, single space and a capital A, and it's for 20% off. So there's that. And if you have 2 minutes to kill, check out our YouTube video. Have some fun, have some laughs.
Yeah, we'll put the rap video about the Bug Squasher in the show notes so people can find that. Or you can just search for the Bug Squasher and you'll find the video, because it actually comes up pretty high on Google. So I'm kind of curious how you even got into, you're running a full service marketing agency, but you said you used to have a 9-to-5 job. So I'm kind of curious how you even got into that.
Yeah, so my start was I went to school for screenwriting. My dream was, and my passion was to be a writer, write for film and TV. That's what I love. I love creativity. And so when college was over, I had very, very minimal success. I sold something on the indie circuit, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to use this money. I'm just going to continue to write. And then reality hit. I was like, I need to get a job. So, T-Mobile is not going to accept me not paying the bill this month. So from there, I was like, okay, well, what can I do? So I started ghostwriting for motivational speakers, online websites, eventually landing 9-to-5 job at SEO companies and ad agencies and working my way up. And I was doing that for a while, and I was meeting just like really interesting people in the marketing world. And then I still had all those film connections from film school, and a lot of my friends have gone on to be DP, director of photography, working in the film department, editors, that type of stuff, really talented guys. And then meanwhile, I knew all these marketing people. And I was like, I wish there was a way we could just combine everything into one hub. And so that's what started Treehouse 51. I started getting people asking me for like work and side projects. And from when that started like really to pick up, I was like, I think there's a way that we can actually do this and sustain ourselves and be happy. And so that's how it all started with Treehouse 51. It's just just a hub to be creative, you know?
So really, you do a whole bunch of marketing using technology, whether it's web development or pay-per-click or video production, all
Yeah.
kinds of things.
Yeah, Treehouse
So
51, we do anything that falls under the umbrella of marketing, we do. Generally, though, what we see is people asking for like the services you mentioned. They ask for, typically it's like 5 things. I want a website. They've seen some of our video work for other clients. So they said, can you make us a video? Email marketing is really popular, content creation, those type of services.
cool. So you're involved a lot in technology and working with developers in doing this.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to work with some really, really scary, talented people. Far more talented than I am, and I love it. So these guys are. I don't consider myself a pro developer, advanced developer. I know enough to get by, but I work with people who are far better coders than I am, and just have great minds. That's been the secret to my success. Find people who are better at you, and bring them along for the journey.
So let's turn to another topic, which is, there's a lot of developers who are on various websites, whether it's Upwork or some of the more specialized development websites. And I'm curious what your thoughts, and you've probably worked with those websites.
Yeah,
I'm curious what your thoughts are on the tech gig economy, because some people think it's a bad thing, some people think it's a good thing.
So one of our first clients is actually a major force in the gig economy. So you mentioned you mentioned Upwork. There's Upwork, Fiverr. One of our first clients for TS51 was a company called Golance, and they're in this economy as well. Golance really introduced me to the world of freelancers across the globe. I had met working with them and having our team work with them, help them get established. It just really opened my eyes to like, wow, the world is flat. There's talented people everywhere doing everything. And so I've met some just incredible people who I still work with today, who are still my friends today. And I've also seen it from owning TS51, the ad agency. I've also seen the pain side of that, where what we've seen a lot lately is leads come to us and say, hey, I want a website. Can you build it for $200? Can you build it for $100? Can I pay you $5 an hour? And us having to be like, what are you talking about? So
but I saw it on Fiverr.
I saw it on Fiverr. Yeah, I saw it on Fiverr. Fiverr is killing us. So yeah, it's really been a double-edged sword. I feel like when I was in that world, helping these freelancers get connected and helping Golance grow, I was so excited about it. And these people, I mean, they're just like you and I. They're just people. They're just trying to work. They're just trying to provide for their family. So you can't knock them for that. And then owning a business, owning an ad agency, and having that conversation come up. It's come up more than once. I can say that. Where it's like, I've seen it on Fiverr, I've seen it on Upwork. We can't compete with that. So I think from owning a business, it's really, really difficult. I'm not a big fan of like, okay, going over there and hiring overseas people. But sometimes too, you don't have the budget to hire somebody in the US or in your marketplace. Sometimes you do have to go overseas, and you have to do it for your company in order to succeed, in order to thrive and get to the next step. So I completely understand that. That's just how it is. If you own your own business and you need to take it to the next level and you're limited on resources and budget, you have to do what you have to do. I mean, you don't hurt anybody, don't go crazy. But if you say like, I only got $5,000 to do this and I have to do all these things, you need to find a way to make it work. You need to be creative. So for that, I completely I respect it. I support it. It still hurts my heart when I have those conversations. So that will always be there, but I completely understand it.
Yeah. Well, the world's a big place, and, not everyone's qualified to work with your company. So,
yeah.
It's just like anything else. I can't think of what a fancy brand of shoes or clothing might be, what the brand names are, but some people want to go to Walmart and get the cheapest pair of shoes they can, and other people want something that's going to last and be quality, and that probably ain't going to come from Walmart, sorry to say.
Yeah, Walmart, they're their business model is repeat business. So,
Mhm.
and that's actually very similar to what these platforms do, like GoLance. Their model
Yeah.
is you're going to hire us, it's not going to go right, and you're going to hire us again, and we'll get that repeat business until you kind of find somebody.
Okay. So let's just turn to some final questions here. First of all, why are you proud to help squash bugs, Kirk?
I think all of us have had that story I told before, had that experience of some variation. Know that I joke about it, but it hurts. It hurts when you have like a client who's upset. You want to do the best job you can, and you want everything to be awesome. So they give you, that 5 stars, the review, bonus, more work, whatever. You want that to work out. The reality is that doesn't always happen. So I'm super excited about the Bug Squasher because this is a tool that can help you get there. Other things have to happen. You still have to deliver the work, right? You still have to do that stuff. You still have to make it happen. This is a tool in your arsenal to make that communication just easy and streamlined and fun with everybody.
I think fun is really important, and I'm impressed that you emphasize that inside your company and working with clients. And I think that's something that's shifted in the last few years, that it's more important to people that they also have fun as well as doing good work and being paid fairly
Yeah.
for it.
I agree. Like when we meet clients, what I often tell them is, you can hire anybody to do this job. You can hire anybody to make your website. So that's reality. You can go to Fiverr. You can get another company, another marketplace to do this. What you're not going to get, though, is that feeling of working with us. And so that's the big selling factor for Trust 51. We sell a feeling. So anybody can make you a website. Anybody can do these emails. Anybody can make these videos. The difference with us is you're going to have a really good feeling about it at the end. And your leads and your customers are going to enjoy it as well.
Well, if you make more creative videos like that rap video you did, then I could see how that could be true. So let's turn to a question about ColdFusion here. ColdFusion, has been around for, I think it's over 21 years now. It's got a birthday coming up, but a long time in, internet years. Same kind of age as Java and PHP. But for whatever reason, ColdFusion gets labeled with this "ColdFusion is dying" meme fairly often in discussions, particularly from developers in other languages. And one of the reasons I created this CF Alive podcast was that I wanted to help people understand that ColdFusion is alive and can be used as a modern language. So the question to you is, using all your marketing Jedi powers, what would it take to make ColdFusion more alive this year?
So some things I'd recommend exploring. One, video. So no matter what, video will always be around, and it outranks articles, it outranks blogs. The reality is people don't want to read. They don't want to go through the trouble of it. So videos are a really good way to go. Now, what people are going to say is, I don't have the gear to make a video. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the music, the scripts. Those are all excuses. You have a cell phone. Your cell phone can record. It's good enough to start creating content, to start getting it out there. Another thing to consider is don't rely on just one platform. So what I often see a lot with clients is them saying like, oh, we're on Facebook. We're doing marketing on Facebook. Facebook isn't the only platform. There's Instagram, there's LinkedIn, there's link building, there's blog creation, there's videos, there's Pandora, Spotify. Don't shut the door to all these other platforms because there's audiences there as well. One platform that we've been seeing a lot of interest come from and a lot of engagement is Instagram. So it might be interesting to start posting some stuff there and making human connections with people.
Cool. Well, I appreciate your marketing insights. Maybe that'll spark some ideas for some people listening to help get the ColdFusion more alive this year. And I think it's definitely improved in the last year.
Yeah.
So, and I've been making videos, so I'm definitely going to second the video. And that's why I do this podcast, both as audio and video. We put it out on iTunes, but it also goes out on YouTube because for two reasons. One is people like to consume stuff in different ways, but Secondly, if you're able to watch it on video, you get a much better connection with the guest.
Yeah.
And you can really get into the topic they're into. So if folks want to find you online, what are the best ways to do it, Kirk?
So you can reach me at thebugsquasher.com. You can just hit that contact button and it'll go to our team. And if you say like, hey, I want to talk to Kirk, the guys will assign it to me. They'll be like, hey, Kirk, deal with this. And you can also reach me on treehouse51.com. Same deal. If you fill out that form, it'll go to me. You can also just email me, kirk@treehouse51.com. So I'm super easy to get a hold of. We're not a huge marketing team. We're not a huge company. So it's just a few of us. So I'm definitely in the trenches with the guys as much as they'll let me be. So yeah, please do reach out. I love talking to people.
Cool. And if they have any suggestions for how to improve the Bug Squasher, the same deal.
Yeah, absolutely. We're 100% open to feedback. So the whole point of the Bug Squasher is streamlined communication. So if you're like, hey, you should really do this because it communicates the XYZ better, we are 100% open to it. So
and I forgot to ask you what the Bug Squasher costs. So folks are interested to know what it would cost if they used it.
The Bug Squasher, we have 3 plans. The first plan starts at $29.99 a month. We charge monthly. And then the final plan, it's $99 a month and 99 cents.
And so the difference is how many bugs you get to report. So it goes from like 100 bugs to 320 bugs a month, which is a lot of bugs in my view. And just to be clear, that can be for hundreds of projects, right?
Yeah, 100 if you have development URLs. So that's the only thing. That's the only catch. So you can put this on like 100 different development URLs. If you have like a unique URL, then you have to buy a new plan for it.
Okay. So you can use it on all your projects, your company or internally. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on the show, and good luck with the rap video, which I know has already got more than 6,000 views in the first few days. So it looks like popular, and even more importantly, good luck squashing the bugs.
Thank you. Thanks so much for the time of day. I appreciate it.